relationship. It's just merely something that happened of an experience. Let's see, we start at least 2 years ago at best. That's when we met because we were talking over a person who she tried to ask if he was okay, and then she got pushed away because he's just that type of person. Then I get told about him, and then I go talk to her, and that's how we met, because I told her that it's just how he is, so she shouldn't think too much of it. And over time, we just started talking. Normally, if it was about an Attack on Titan or something of the sort, there was like a mini fandom we did on it. Just relaxed and just took around.
Excellent. Time to destroy more opponents.
Then the more we talked, we just became closer. We started doing small guesses, and normally we perfectly guess something that we liked about ourselves or something. As she would describe it, she said she felt safe, and I thanked her for that as I tried to be there around. Even normally I'd sometimes just push others, just like because she thought I was overprotective, and also thank God you're the jump master. I don't have to suffer through this job anymore, man. I'm free. And thanks to those experiences, spending time with that person,
Get prepared, we're going in.
I put the layer of that I had to protect her and care and just hold that person whenever they needed it, while being a friend, or what we called a soulmate or something of the sort, while not necessarily. And on that scale, yeah, we used to have an occasion, and naturally argue, but we just, it was a mini debate between each other, because that's how we operated. We like to discuss things amongst each other, and
Data soon to follow.
hey,
I am taking fire, friends.
you get a corner.
Yeah, I put one down.
Spotted. I got you, friend.
Missed.
Sorry to be this way. You are not the one I'm after. Good thing that was the last one.
I'm an amazing medic.
Now we can loot
Are you?
giving my shields a recharge.
Not at all. But here, take some stuff.
One moment.
This is why you're a good body shield.
Yeah, shush, I have my own Phoenix kit. You guys can have the methods. And well, through these situations and through these debates we'd
I'm
have,
fine, just fixing up.
well, we trusted each other because we had the same views, and we normally ended up at a good result. But
Give me a second, fixing up.
even though I did these things and to understand and all the more,
Administering medical aid.
there would always be the situation of
1 minute
justification
until the lane changes.
in these debates or these years. And through that, there is the mishap. I started being distant because I looked around for friends more than what I already had. And thanks to that, there were more arguments upon what happened. And, well, we split off eventually. And to that splitting off, I had to, well, she was never the type of person who accepted words a lot. She'd look for the action, because action represents the people's nature. And to that,
The ring's close.
I had to
10
do an
seconds.
action. And an action is what I did. And to that, after that, things started getting better, as we called it. But it never really really say it that way.
Using grapple.
Because I tried to do something that I thought was justified, because I never fixed the problem about justification.
Spotted a subject over there.
Oh shit, enemy. And to the problem of justification, I never truly learned about the worth of empathy, or the sense of the phrase, you'll never know the meaning, the value of a person until you lost a person. And to all these debates, and even when I got distant and searched for friends, we never truly separated because
The rewards in that care
no argument actually caused that.
variable.
And someday it happened. And I wasn't able to understand the old friends I had or that soulmate I had. And due to that, I couldn't go with them anymore. They called me a stranger of sort because they couldn't recognize why the things I did. And I never blamed them for it because over time there is change. So I never
Spotted a subject over there.
judged them for it.
Putting an eye in the sky.
Outside.
One half of the squads remain.
Backing out of my drone.
How many do we have?
Introducing a
3.
new variable.
3. On it.
Set. Data soon to follow. Recharging shields.
I'm down. I need to get back in.
Get over here.
Enemy spotted.
Get in.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Medic.
The thing is, even if he's dead,
And what happened was I was trying to help someone else, but the way I helped that person wasn't correct because that person was in the wrong for what they did to the person of a soulmate and the others. I couldn't explain why because it was secret to what that person's ex told me, and then it split up. Those friends and the soulmate I used to have went away. Now, at this point, I didn't know about any feelings that I had for that person. And those friends just left me and so on. And then I joined a place, and I relaxed there as much as I could, got along with people,
I think
so
we're
on.
going to do great, friend.
Eventually, some friends I lost came back, and they just wanted to try to help out with where I went wrong and so on. And that's
Either you're
what
with me
happened.
or you're against me. Or you're with me and against me. Because that happens
I
sometimes.
talked to those people, and over time, and then one night, one of them helped me realize a few things. I used those layers to put the unfound love I never knew
Copy that.
into the use. Well, never knowing that I actually, cared as much of those feelings as I didn't know before. As I treated them like priority in a form of duty to do. Also, there's an enemy. I don't know what to do. I feel like a firing squad is gonna come around again. I want to leave.
PTSD.
Yo, man, I don't like being here. I feel like dangerous, bro. I got a grenade. I'll blow myself up. I swear. It's not. I'm not okay with this. It's scary.
Hostile close.
This.
It's like I even cocked the gun as soon as that happened. This isn't okay with me. Bro, I'm at the corner where I got shot.
Oh, just focus on the story.
First blood.
Okay. Fear.
Extended light mag here. Level 2.
And that realization that I had, I thought that I wasn't understood because I never truly knew of myself at all. So at that point, I tried to change and tried to develop myself the way I wanted to, not the way people would have wanted. Through that, I realized that through all that time, I did have those feelings, but
Happy to help,
also
friend.
through that time that I had those feelings, and the more I kept thinking about it, since it lingered, because, well, I heard the person who well, I cared about most lost that way. Due to that,
Making contact with Get out there, bamboozle. Shots fired, and they're hit.
why me though?
Reloading. I'm down.
Why me though? I swear. Every time it's me. It's like, oh, I'm trying to run. Thanks. To the focus of those feelings and thinking about it, I knew what I lost, and as it was painful, it was also the experience that I learned the full value of empathy. To the point that the people will not understand you until you try to understand them first. And through that, well, you can try and find a grounding, a common ground, or of the sort. But with the feelings that I found and realized for those 2 years, I couldn't do anything about them because I lost the person that I couldn't empathize with and understand why they felt or why they saw that way. That was the mistake that I have made myself, and the mistake I have to live with. Also, the mistake that I have to get experience from, so I don't do these things again, and I can show them through an action. But regardless that I have felt those feelings, it wouldn't mean that the things that I did were fake, simply because I didn't realize it. I would have still cared that much. It's just a minor realization to how much I cared.
Pick me, I'm so bored.
And that's about it. We haven't talked since. It's been realized, I heard from her friends, she's alright, she's sleeping well. All that, still trying to realize, to think, empathy. And that's the thing, you can't, in relationships or things that about friendships at all, you can't always solve a situation constantly without trying to understand the person as well, or why they would think that.
You'll be fine.
I know, right? I
Don't
grabbed
take
one
fall
up.
damage.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Already in the ring. This is gonna be fun.
So it's at the end of the story. Yeah, I don't really got much to say. Like, yeah. I mean, you're right. You're just right.
How much for a wise ass, huh?
Well, I mean, that's exactly what you are.
It's not my fault.
I mean, it's not bad. As I did say, this guy definitely holds
Close range.
more wisdom than I've ever seen in this generation. It's just,
What's behind us, by the way?
Let's be honest. I'm the only real champion here.
it's like I can't even say anything but right.
He's just right. There's nothing to say.
Like, you're right, that's it. Like, I can't say anything, I can't give more wisdom into the situation because you're right.
Optics here. Sniper.
Like, it is hard to empathize with someone that you don't understand.
You gotta have the situation covered to understand.
Like, you have to have their mindset, or you have to put yourself in their position.
You gotta
It's
tell
like-
yourself what you told them. To the person right now. Yada. Get a nice ass pistol.
It's like trying to just understand a villain and where they're coming from. Actually, it's more actually related to that. Or villains are
Probably.
really just heroes, but they're taking their own path to get justice.
1 minute before the ring closes. We have time.
Actually, that really puts it into the perspective of My Hero Academia, Mr. What was his name? Mr. Stabby or something?
Dobby?
No, not Dobby. It was the, I guess the hero that killed other heroes, apparently.
Stain.
Yeah, Stain, him.
Yeah.
It's like he also understood the true meaning of being a hero. So,
And not for the money and so on and so on.
Found an extended energy mag here.
So he's like
Level 2.
almost the perfect like definition of it.
Compadres, heavy
You
ammo
could
here.
easily look at the things he did basely. Alright, we're inside the shield homes for
I'll
now.
hop up here. Check it out.
When it came down more to my situation, and one thing I did notice was the fact that
We're already in the ring.
your so-called soulmate basically was similar to the Haitian girl, with like not taking words but more of taking action, which oh well, look at that.
Reloading.
Going after.
Using grapple. Incoming care package.
And they zipped.
Oh, these are blown away. Wait, you can do that while you're knocked down?
What do you mean?
I did not notice that. Oh,
Down.
Ouch.
Charging up my shield.
Can you run that by me?
I find no pleasure in taking
oh, what I said.
I've used the cover.
I just noticed that the soulmate was like similar to the Haitian girl with not taking people's words but their actions, which I do. When it comes down to like situations like this, I do highly agree with that logic. That was like a major thing I had learned after confusing relationship
I
I
am taking
had.
fire, friends.
Taking fire.
At this point,
Thank you.
and I even wrote a poem on this. It's like I can't even take people's words seriously, and that is a poem that I do want to share.
Well, it's kind of what happened. I'm not gonna disclose the name of the person. Wow, everyone's dying.
Got you, friend.
Is someone just on
Didn't
past
even
you?
notice me. Yeah, they just ran past me. I'm invisible, man.
Wow,
Danny
ain't that
Phantom.
amazing.
Alright, okay, they notice me now.
You brought him here.
It's not my fault.
You brought him to me while I was using the Phoenix Kit for the first time.
Yeah. Alright, I gotta go.
Alright. So, that's the video. And pretty much, this video was really just made to also give advice into relationships. This wasn't to give backlash or anything to the people that we talk about. I should have disclosed this first before the video. You've heard what he learned from it, his development, and what I learned from it. My next video will mostly be with me discussing the poem that I made, or something along those lines, because I want to share that. But I can't. But I also did learn when I was saying it, I was also learning that I can't take people's words seriously anymore, especially from that relationship. Me and her did say a lot of things to each other that made it sound like, you know, we would be forever and ever and whatnot. But obviously that was not the case, because she lacked the empathy to understand me, or to understand where I was coming from, and instead worried about herself and how she felt. Which, it is okay to think about yourself in a situation, but you have to understand that when you're in a relationship, you also must comprehend your significant other and how they feel, it is also a thing to sacrifice your feelings for someone else in a relationship as well. So that is also something to take into account when you're in a relationship, to sacrifice, to learn to sacrifice, to be able to. That doesn't mean to sacrifice everything, but when it comes down to a relationship, you have to know what is okay to sacrifice. Obviously, flirting with someone else when your significant other isn't comfortable with that is something that I feel you should sacrifice, because you don't need to be flirting, regardless if you're serious or not, with somebody else. If you're gonna act single, stay single. And flirting with someone else or giving them compliments like you're hot or whatever is technically acting single, no matter how you look at it. Or to simp for somebody else, it's all with the way that she was doing it was basically acting single. It's a lot I could say on it. It's a lot I could go into depth with, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure you get the motive of this video. I do plan to do this a lot more. I'm comfortable with doing these videos, and I think it's fun to discuss some stuff like this, and to get some information, some advice from me and from him also, because he has, as I said, one of the greatest wisdoms I've ever seen in this generation by far. I might also include another party member into this game, and he'll also, or she will also, give some information.
It ends.